Hi, I'm Melanie with the League of Women Voters, Kansas City. The question of whether to call a constitutional convention will be on the November ballot. The official question is, shall there be a convention to revise and amend the Constitution? Voters vote yes to support a constitutional convention. Voters vote no to reject a constitutional convention. Before going into the ballot language, let's provide some background. The Missouri Constitution gives the voters the ability to call a constitutional convention every 20 years. Since 1962, Missourians have been asked every 20 years to consider convening a constitutional convention. The voters have rejected the question every time. Voter approval by a simple majority of votes is needed for passage. If voters approve the ballot measure, the governor will call an election to select 83 delegates. A delegate must possess the same qualifications as a state senator, including being at least 30 years old, a Missouri voter for 3 years, and a resident of their district for at least 1 year. A delegate cannot hold another public office. If a constitutional convention is approved, how are delegates to the convention chosen? Voters in each of the state's 34 Senate districts would choose 2 delegates in a special election. The 5 political parties, Republican, Democratic, Green, Libertarian, Constitution, would each be allowed to nominate 1 candidate for each of the state's 34 Senate districts. The top 2 vote getters in each district go to the convention. This process chooses 68 delegates. There are also 15 delegate positions chosen by voters across the entire state. The 15 candidates with the highest number of votes statewide would be seated. Unlike the district delegates, these delegates are not nominated by a political party, and party affiliation is not noted on the ballot. The Missouri Constitution is not specific on the rules of the convention. There is one requirement, that the sessions of the convention shall be held with open doors. Any proposed changes to the Constitution submitted by the convention must be approved by voters. The fair ballot language that will be on the ballot in November is: a yes vote will require the governor to call an election of delegates to serve at a convention for the purpose of revising or amending the Missouri Constitution. Any revisions or amendments will then be put to a vote of the people for their consideration. A no vote will mean no constitutional convention will be held. If passed, this measure will have no impact on taxes. Proponents say that a constitutional convention would be an opportunity to eliminate changes to the Constitution made over the last 20 years. Proponents also say that the power of a constitutional convention is beyond the reach of the governor or the legislature. No veto can block its work, and no sanction is needed from lawmakers. Only the approval in a statewide vote can change the Constitution. Opponents say that the current political atmosphere is not right for a convention, that a constitutional convention in the middle of a culture war would attract extreme ideologues across the political spectrum. Opponents are also concerned that a potentially heated fight, financed by special interests, could shape the convention's outcome in the elections that will choose the convention delegates. Thank you for taking the time to become an informed voter.